Okay, so here, if we substitute in the values here, now let's be careful because a is minus 6, isn't it? And it's telling us to square it. So again, use a bracket like I've done before when we substitute in the number, all right? And it's asking us to square it. And we've got to divide that by 4, it says. And then it says to take away a. So there's a minus there and then a. Now, because a is actually a negative number, we can end up with 2 negatives here, aren't we? Okay, because it does say take away a, so that minus has got to be there to start with. And a is actually minus 6, so we have 2 negatives. You might find it helpful, useful to put a in a bracket there as well. Okay. Determining this then, we have to be really careful. We just need to appreciate here, when you square, okay, when you square something, you've got to times it by itself. So ultimately, minus 6 all squared is the same as minus 6 times minus 6, yeah? That's what we've got there. We've got to times minus 6 by itself, divide by 4. And here then, notice we've got the 2 minuses now. 2 minuses become a plus, doesn't it? So it's plus 6. When you multiply this then, again we've got that 2 minus rule. Minus times a minus is a plus, so you get plus 36 on the top. Okay, and then this becomes then, well, 36 divided by 4 is 9, add 6, then gives us 15. Okay, so in the second question then, we've got 2b, and of course that means 2 times b, all right? And then we've got actually there's a bracket outside it then, isn't it? And it's telling us to cube it. Now, when we see cube, of course, it means times by itself, doesn't it? Okay, times by itself, and times by itself again. Okay, that's what cubing means, isn't it? Times by itself and by itself again. So that's what we're going to have there. And we just need to substitute in whatever b is. So if I've got 2b times 2b times 2b, and b is 3, that will be 2 times 3, okay? So that's what b is. And then I've got to do the same, times by itself and by itself again, okay? So 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 3 is 6. So we've got 6 times 6 times 6. It's not easy without a calculator, but this is non-calculator. 6 times 6 is 36, times then by 6. So I'll do that pair first to get 36 and times by 6. Okay, so to multiply then 36 by 6, maybe I will do 30 times 6 and 6 times 6. Let's just split up the that 36 there into tens and units. So 30 times 6. Well, 3 times 6 is 18. So 30 times 6 is 180. And 6 times 6 is 36. And if we add these then, we'll get, well, we've got 8 and 3 is 11. So 1 carry 1. And then 1 and 1 is 2. So 216. Okay, not an easy one that wasn't. Part 3 then, 8.5a plus p divided by c. So 8.5, now a, remember, is minus 6, plus then b, which is 3, and it says then divide the whole thing by 4. Okay, so not a nice one. But let's work this out. Well, 8.5 times 6. Well, if I did 8 times 6, I get 48. 8 times 6 is 48. But then it's 0.5 as well, isn't it? And that's like a half, isn't it? So half of 6 is 3. So we've got the 48 and the 3 gives me 51. Of course, because there's a minus there, we'll do that. Plus 3 then, divide by 4. And working that out then, minus 51 plus 3 is minus 48. Divide by 4. So we get minus 12 as our answer.